I used to have a job that I wore khaki pants and button-down shirts to work every day. I had a coffee cup. I had an office with a door on it. Free coffee. But I walked away from all of it. I turned my side hustle of selling firewood into a full-time job, a full-time career, a thriving business. Add the YouTube thing, which I think happened, I think we'll just say it was luck. I caught lightning in a bottle with this channel, if you ask me. But so far so good. I thought today, guys, I just want to show you around the yard and show you everything that I have going on, and talk about where we are going, because that leads to two nice announcements that I want to make at the end of this video. I think you guys are really going to like this. All right, let me turn this around here and I'll show you. If you're new to the channel, we sell what we call value-added firewood. It's firewood that isn't really made for heat, but made for warmth. It is smaller split. It's all consistent in size and length. There's no mud or mushrooms. And we have a very professional delivery model. We wear uniforms, we use modern vehicles, and we put customer service as an emphasis. So when it all started, though, guys, was with this, the Japa 365 Pro. What a great machine. And this is how the YouTube channel started. My daughter was sent home from college, because of the pandemic, and we just started videotaping this machine, and what do you know? It generated a lot of interest, and our videos, made our channel growth go up, but it also helped Japa sell a whole bunch of Japa 365 Pros. So they became a channel sponsor along with Metsa Machines, who's the North American importer and dealer for all the Japa stuff, and enter the 471 timber deck, which is just, good gosh, I never knew these things existed. And you just lay your log on top of it, and it just has an in-feed and just runs it right through the machine. I couldn't have done that, though, without buying this Bobcat CT 2040, and I lay the logs on top of the timber deck. Here's a log that it looked good when I picked it up, but this is all oak. But when I was running these logs through, I realized it was not going to fit through the machine, so I ran the chain backwards, and I'm just going to fork this off of the timber deck and move it over to here. All of the big logs come here to get bucked, and we do it the old-fashioned way, and that's where we use the Eastonmade axis. And this is an ideal machine for making that value-added firewood. The objective is to avoid resplitting, because that's what really slows you down, and you don't have to worry about that with the axis, because it makes a final product. Along the way too, we picked up a sponsor, Titan Attachments, and on top of being an excellent company, I love their website, man. They sell all the cool stuff that I'm interested in. So we have the log grapple and the ballast box from Titan Attachments. Excellent company, and I always put their link in my description, and if you use my link, a percentage, I get a commission on anything that gets purchased. But here's our log supply. This is the logs that get forked onto the live deck. This is mostly maple. I've been moving all of my oak over to here, so this is oak. And oak, for me, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I will put it off to the side here, and it sits until I feel like making it. I just don't like the way it smells. Over here is wood. This is for restaurants, and you can see we split it smaller, and that's the way the restaurants want it. What the benefit for me, though, is these smaller splits dry out a lot quicker. So we're able to turn over wood a lot faster than, the big chunk wood, if you're still interested in selling a seasoned firewood, which is what we sell. Here is my old trailer. Guys, this is something, so I got my new trailer over here. I'll show it to you. But I went ahead and bought one of these solar chargers, and I'm devising a system here to make it modular so I can move it back and forth between my two trailers. So I have all my wires left real long right now, and here's the charge controller right here. I just have it set off to the side, and what is that at? 13.6. These show up weird on the screen. You know, my yard, I can only charge these trailers when they're close to an extension cord. My thought was I'll just use the sun and charge them over time when they're sitting in the yard. And I know in Ohio a solar charger makes about as much sense as an ashtray on a motorcycle, but the sun shines every now and then. Here you go, the best wheelbarrow in the world. This is the A.M. Leonard company from Piqua, Ohio. The best wheelbarrow I've ever had. Here, I just got done stacking this morning, and man, it is hot right now. It's a bad sign when your air conditioning is running at 6 o'clock in the morning. And this is mid-September. But this was a full cord that I had stacked here. I put up this canopy to keep me out of the sun when it was coming up in the morning. So this is all seasoned wood, and this is the most dry, and this is the most green. So I start pulling from this side, and by the time it's this row's turn, it's dry and ready to go. This is moving back to our back 40, which has been an unfortunate project this year with all the rain that we had, which I had well documented. It's just been pushed back. There's no excavator available. The price of gravel is just through the roof, and we are just going to sit on this here and see if we can make any adjustments in the winter time. Over here is some bundle grade wood. This, believe it or not, is mulberry. I just set this off to the side. Hickory, and then this is all cherry, and that's hickory. And this is just nice dry wood that I'm using for the for bundles. I had mentioned, and you've heard this multiple times on my channel, I have two other yards up north, a couple towns up, and one of them did make an appearance in a very early video, but I just never show them. They're owned by Amish. They make firewood for me. We have an agreement, so I leave a lot of wood up there. I bring down here what I need to bring down here, but it's not appropriate for me to film. So when I refer to my lots up north, that's, I have people that still make firewood for me. My goal is to be self-sufficient, but I can't figure out my supply still with these log trucks. And then this year with COVID and the price of timber and lumber going up, a lot of these logs aren't getting out here to the firewood guys. But all of this stuff here is pretty dry. This is 4 cords of firewood in this row, and I put everything on pallets and I keep it off the ground. I try to keep it mowed in between the rows, and this was an experiment. I bought this off of a guy, and it's nowhere close to the quantity he said it was, and it's just garbage wood. I'll still find a place to sell it though. I'll get at least my money back. More cherry. This cherry looks awesome. This is mixed hardwoods, ash, maple, beech, same here. And then down into the cherry. This is all cherry. And then coming through here, guys. So this is all, mixed hardwoods for sale. This will all be going out this fall and winter. Here's my new trailer, and it's going out on its maiden voyage this afternoon. I have it all hitched up. We're ready to go. And this is a big deal. I just put the sideboards on, and I'm just trying to keep the dimensions the same as the Griffin. The Griffin's got 12-inch boards on it, but that's because the sides don't come up as high. So that is, I just love this trailer, and I can't keep my eyes off of it. I will come out here and just look at it at times. That's how much I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful trailer. And then, you know, to have a successful firewood delivery service, you got to have trucks. So I got 2 F-150s. If I'm talking about what I think I've done right with selling firewood, it was one, going with smaller trucks. It seems like every opportunity I had to go bigger trucks, bigger machines, I went small. I think in order to sell value-added firewood and be profitable as a sole proprietor, you got to stay small quantities, small trucks, right? Because you get a higher margin on the smaller stuff. The other thing that I think I might have done right is, you know, I defined my own market, and that's value-added. I don't sell firewood to people that heat their house with firewood. You know, because when you think about it, why do people heat with wood? And that's to save money. So I try to stay away from the low margin, high volume stuff because it's just me. I got to look out for high markup, you know, high profitability like that. So I sell to people that occasionally use firewood and people that are looking for ambiance. And that's where, you know, the nice consistent size and split clean firewood can really pay off. I think another thing too that I did pretty good is whenever I got to a point where I felt like I needed to hire someone, I just bought a machine instead. And so far so good. I still think that there will probably become a day where I need extra work, but as for right now, I've been filling my production needs with buying machines. And then I think the last thing that I've done right was pursuing YouTube, because, you know, this started very fast. It happened really quick, and there was that moment when, you know, our views were going up, and it just felt like there was that trade-off between privacy and, you know, putting videos out there. I mean, I was getting people showing up at the house. I had one guy, you know, snooping around in the barn one day. I mean, they're all well intended, but, you know, it's a little unnerving, especially when you're raising kids. But we had a choice, you know, about just toning it down, but, you know, we stuck with it, and it's been a joy. It really has. I met a lot of really nice people. And that is, I think, one of the most pleasant surprises for being in firewood was the YouTube thing. Here you go, guys. I just have this set up so that I can just back my truck in here, get it loaded up, and be gone. And most of this wood's going to be gone before the snow starts flying anyways. I had an abundance of cherry wood this year, which is weird. So I think I'm going to be selling cherry wood for residential this year. I think I'm just going to have to, because I'm going to have too much of it and it's going to go bad from sitting here too long. You know what though? Not all's been rosy. I've made some major miscalculations. The first one is the supply thing. I've never got that figured out yet. I'm walking under my canopy. I haven't figured out supply. I still don't have enough logs coming in. My demand far outweighs my supply. And what I've had to do in the meantime is buy firewood. So I've been buying way more firewood than I want to, because, you know, that cuts into profitability. Yes, it keeps me out of, it reduces my labor, because it's a lot easier to go buy a load of firewood that's already been made than it is to make it and stack it. But, you know, I'm paying a lot. I'm paying a big markup to have it already made. The other big miscalculation, and you hear it on this channel all the time, is weather. I would have never thought, I mean, it sounds like you should have realized this, but man, weather plays such a huge role. Mud and heat, those are my two biggest enemies. And that seems to be stuff we have an abundance of here in Ohio, this year at least. Snow really hurts too, but snow doesn't slow you down as much as the heat and the mud does. Those two, you know, heat and mud and firewood don't mix. Gets me back to the two things I wanted to discuss. The first one is we're creeping up on 15,000 subscribers. 15,000. All right, that's a lot. And I can't believe how all this has happened, but per our tradition, we're going to have a live stream when that occurs, and I have a lot of giveaways. Our sponsors have been very gracious with Eastonmade, Japa, Metsa Machines, the not Bobcat, but the local dealer, Lepo, has given me some things to give away. Lepo has been a very nice dealer to deal with, and then Titan Attachments. And then, of course, I'll be giving some of our iconic Ohio Woodburner t-shirts away as well. You can expect that. When that live stream will happen will depend on a couple things, right? When we hit 15,000. And the second thing is the Paul Bunyan Show, which is one of the biggest timber shows in the country. It's here in Cambridge, Ohio, at the Guernsey County Fairgrounds on October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And I've been speaking with a few YouTube channels, and I'm sure that most of you know these guys, but we have been talking about having a live stream, and it's going to be, you know, here at the Ohio Woodburner Woodyard. All roads lead to Ohio, huh? So you can look for a live stream from here on Friday morning, October the 1st at 11 a.m. If the time changes, it might be a half hour, but I'll let you guys know. But put that on your calendars, because I'll do some giveaways on that time as well. And you'll be excited to know that for right now, I will tease you with who will be here. Will be Dan from Back 40 Firewood, and Outside with Shide, broadcasting live here from the Ohio Woodburner Woodyard. I think that would be really cool. The last thing is, at the Paul Bunyan Show, I'm going to be making an appearance at the Japa tent on Saturday, October 2nd, from 11 a.m. till 1. And I cannot wait. And I hope that if you are in the area, or if you're looking for a nice show where really the entire firewood industry shows up to, this is the place to come. And there will be more YouTube channels there as well, but for me, I will be making an appearance at the Japa tent on October the 2nd, that's Saturday, 11 to 1. I really hope to see everyone there. All right, so that is what I got going on here from the yard, waiting for things to cool down because it is still hot. And we are gearing up for our fall selling season. There you go. I hope that you enjoyed this, and please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right. I hope that everyone has a great day.